Hello and welcome to episode 156 of WITM. As we still await the debut since the Royal Rumble of Gerald, as well as Corey's return to SmackDown since the loss of his WWE Championship to Seth Rollins. And so we have a rematch of last week's match in the previous episode. Once again, it is the WA Hardcore Cruisers in non-title action against #DIY. In the previous episode, last time these two teams met, Tommaso Ciampa would single-handedly eliminate both WA Hardcore Cruisers and pick up the upset victory for DIY. Will the WA Hardcore Cruisers recover from that and get their revenge, or will it be another upset victory for DIY? Let's find out in episode 156. Elimination tag action, WA Hardcore Cruisers, and #DIY non-title match.
Buckle up because we have a contest that's going to blow the roof off this place.
I hope it's not raining outside.
We have a team led by a real fan favorite against a tuned group of combatants.
Man, this should be an awesome matchup.
I'm taking back what's mine, I ain't giving in. Do what they tell me, nah, I ain't listening. Can't deny I was made for this. Shove it back in the faces you say I'd miss. I'm taking back what's mine, I ain't giving in. Do what they tell me, nah, I ain't listening. Can't deny I was made for this. Shove it back in the faces you say I'd miss. Can't help but feeling like a beast in the cage. Somebody let me out, I'm about to feast on the rage. I'm piecing the plays together while y'all sleep on the way. That I keep on it 24/7, I'll sleep in the grave. Ha! And you can bet that, cause if you thinking for a minute that you're catching me slipping, you can forget that. It's probably obvious I came for the throne. Snatch the crown from your dome, now the king's come home. I'm taking back what's mine, I ain't giving in. Do what they tell me, nah, I ain't listening. Can't deny I was made for this. Shove it back in the faces you say I'd miss. I'm taking back what's mine, I ain't giving in. Do what they tell me, nah, I ain't listening. Can't deny I was made for this. Shove it back in the faces you say I'd miss. Pay attention, better listen close to the knowledge I'll be dropping off the top. I'm on a mission, so put in the work and then you get the dough. And if you gotta sacrifice it all to get it, then you get it, go. Damn right, that's the mind state of the savage on path with a time frame. Aligned to define fate, tried through the times and the mind games. That's why I do it.
Alright, so it's the rematch this time. Will the AA Hardcore Cruisers be able to redeem themselves from last week? They were on a huge momentum streak, and then it would be Tommaso Ciampa eliminating both AA Hardcore Cruisers, a bloody Tommaso Ciampa at that, in order to lead DIY to victory last week. And now we have this rematch.
Night to remember.
Andrew starts off for the AA Hardcore Cruisers. Johnny Gargano starts off for DIY.
Well, I've never seen him do that.
Stomp to the shoulder of Andrew. Forces Andrew to his feet. Andrew with a swinging neck breaker. Stomp to the elbow. Forces Gargano to his feet, but he reverses with an arm drag.
He's inflicting some serious pain here.
Gargano with a stomp to the shoulder of Andrew, now locking in a submission.
Very, very painful hold here.
Attacking the head and arm of Andrew, but Andrew quickly breaks the hold. Andrew looking for a big DDT, but Gargano reverses and kicks Andrew. Forces Andrew to his feet.
Yeah, I think this guy's really showboating now.
Irish whip into the DIY corner, and he tags in Tommaso Ciampa, the hero for DIY last week.
You don't see that move every day.
Double shoulder block. Goes for cover, center ring. And gets a 2 count on Andrew. All 4 men in the ring. Gargano sends Aries flying outside the ring. And now attacks Andrew. He is not the legal man. Tommaso Ciampa is. I'm surprised the referee did not start a count on Gargano. Andrew getting a little bit of revenge, spearing Gargano off of the apron there before turning his attention to the legal man, Ciampa. Bulldog by Andrew. Now tags in Austin Aries. Aries Irish whip into the corner and a punch to the head of Ciampa. Aries with a diving axe handle, but Ciampa is able to evade. Ciampa with a variation of Aries' old finishing move, the Brainbuster. And now tags in Johnny Gargano.
For some competitors, part of their strategy is to demean their opponent.
And a code breaker variation by Johnny Gargano. And now Gargano stomping on the groin of Aries, now to the apron, looking to take flight, and will do so. Stomp to the arm, forces Aries to his feet. Reversal by Aries.
No breathing room here for Austin Aries.
Elbow strike to the back of the head. Now in the punch, it leaves Gargano on the ropes. Now Aries leads him on the middle rope. What does he have in mind? And a neck breaker with Gargano landing on the middle rope.
Well, I don't blame him.
Now a stomp to the arm. Submission locked in, center ring.
Reaching on the head and neck. Watch it.
But Gargano quickly breaks the hold.
He saw that.
Irish whip into the DIY corner. Aries reverses. Gargano reverses. Spinning back fist by Gargano into a cover. And Aries powers out at 1.5. Aries evades the drop kick and the low chop block. Now Aries was thinking about taking flight, I think, and he will go to the apron, and that connects. Stomp to the knee.
Sending a message to the entire WWE locker room.
And now looking for that running clothesline.
He's not looking good
That
here.
will
If they
connect.
want to win this match, he really needs to make a tag soon.
And Mogul, this could be the opening he needs to.
Reversal by Gargano.
And this business too much to give up. Watch it. And he
Goes for cover.
There's not a person in
And
this
Aries powers out at 1.
was it for him.
No, this guy's too strong. This guy's too powerful.
Drop kick to the back of Aries.
We got a tag.
Tags in Ciampa. Frequent tag so far by hashtag DIY. Aries reverses with an elbow strike. And now thinking last chancery. Definitely would love to eliminate Ciampa early on in this match. Man who single-handedly carried DIY to victory last week.
And he fights out of it.
And Ciampa is able to break the hold. But definite damage done to that shoulder there.
Turning his chest to deep.
Chop by Ciampa. That was kind of a tongue twister. And wow, I really can't speak. Ciampa forces Aries to the top rope. And now we'll join him on the top rope.
He's on the defensive now.
And slams him down from the top rope and goes for cover. And Aries powers out at 1.5. Drop kick to the back of Aries.
This guy can go.
Stomp to the shoulder.
Reversal. And there's a tag.
Excuse me. Aries makes the tag to Andrew. Who goes for cover. Ciampa powers out at 2. Reversal by Ciampa. Now Ciampa with that. Oh, I thought he was going for the powerbomb into the backstabber instead, just a traditional powerbomb.
Up until now, but this
And goes for cover.
Shoulders down.
Andrew powers out at 2.
The back region.
Drop kick to the back.
Here.
Forces Andrew to his feet. Andrew reverses and attacks the leg.
Can he follow up?
Goes for cover.
Obviously hoping to end it quickly. And an easy kick out breaks up the referee's.
And Ciampa powers out at 1. Kick to the back. Forces Ciampa to his feet.
He was able
Reversal by Ciampa.
He was one step ahead.
Reversal by Andrew.
Reversal.
Reversal by Ciampa. Andrew has taken a moment to fire up the WWE Universe, but that's going to cost him. And Andrew does evade the massive clothesline. One-handed bulldog by Andrew. Forces Ciampa to his feet. Roush into the corner.
Look out! He's trying to turn this around.
Andrew looking for his comeback sequence.
And he's rolling.
Does so successfully. Forces Ciampa to his feet.
Looking at it here.
And locks in the rolling knee bar.
The submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now. Look at him trying to use all the strength and
And he fights.
Ciampa is able to break the hold. Punch to the back. Drags Andrew closer to center ring. Connects with the code breaker variation.
Way to create some space or else this thing's over.
And Michael, given how even
And Andrew powers out at 2.
now, this might be a pivotal point in this match. Well, he used his finisher once earlier. I think now might be a good time to go back to it.
Looking for ground elbow strikes. Andrew is able to reverse.
He anticipated that move perfectly.
And that's why the adage holds true. There's a first time.
Reversal by
I think you're right. I believe
Andrew.
first time he's ever attempted this.
Now attacking the leg and ankle.
Damaging. He gets out of trouble there.
Reversal by Ciampa.
And he gets out of the way.
Andrew
We got to cover. 1, 2.
into a roll-up cover, but Gargano was able to break it up.
Knocked the breath out with a crushing kick to the gut.
Reversal by Ciampa. And that massive clothesline connects. Now Ciampa coming off the ropes with an enziguri to the head of Andrew.
Reversal.
Andrew with a nice reversal.
Looks like somebody
Forces Ciampa to his feet. Irish whip into the hardcore Cruiser's corner. Reversal by Ciampa.
What a barbaric assault
Suplex.
we're witnessing here. So punishing.
And a knee drop to the head of Andrew. Forces Andrew to his feet.
He's delivering it.
And Andrew evades the massive clothesline and locks in the rolling knee bar once again. And Ciampa is able to break it.
And that one hurt his hand.
Punch to the back of Andrew. Punch by Andrew. Andrew looking for a reverse DDT, but a reversal by Ciampa with a slam. And goes into a cover.
2.
But Aries is able to break it up at 2. Now Aries, not the legal man, attacking Ciampa.
Hopefully this WWE
Neck breaker off of the top rope.
Weak blues.
That's going to buy Andrew some time to get to his feet and get on the attack. Instead, he'll tag in Austin Aries. Ciampa crawling to the ropes trying to get back to his feet, and Andrew will kick him back down before returning to the apron.
Looks to me like the gas tank is at about halfway.
Irish whip into the corner.
Doesn't get close enough to E though.
Reversal by Ciampa.
Austin Aries turns
Looking for that brain buster, but Aries reverses it and hits a neck breaker. Forces Ciampa to his feet. Into a torture rack position and a spinning neck breaker.
Boy, he just got laid out.
Stomp to the shoulder.
great offense by
Knee to the hip. Drags Ciampa closer to center ring. Goes for a cover.
Can he score the pin?
And Gargano breaks it up at 2.
God, there was nothing accurate about that attempted offense.
Oh, you're being too kind. Some people would use other words
Aries
to
misses
describe
with
what we just witnessed.
3 grapple attempts, now 4. Not quite sure what's going on here. Now finally will
He's certainly showing us something.
land an eye rake on Ciampa. Ciampa with a reversal.
New stuff.
Aries in a torture rack position, but Aries reverses it.
Could this be it? I think
For
so.
a dirty pin, but Gargano is able to break it up almost instantly. Stomp to the back of the head.
This one's not over yet. We've seen plenty of people come
Stomp
back
to
from
the
being
head.
in worse shape.
Oh, his body has to be broken
And now
right
tags in Andrew.
now. Woo, a little showboating going on.
Andrew takes a moment to fire up the NXT universe.
Looks like somebody wants back in this match.
Ciampa trying to crawl over to Gargano for the tag.
With the tag.
Instead, Andrew's going to tag Aries right back in.
Thank you. And that's his
Aries goes for cover.
It's over.
few superstars are as dumb
And
as this guy.
Ciampa powers out at 2.
Austin Aries.
Elbow straight to the head. Now attacking the arm.
Of a match. Quite like this guy.
Forces Ciampa to his feet. Irish whip into the corner.
This match may end right here.
Aries coming off the ropes, spinning back fist. Aries low on stamina. Can he capitalize?
Still down after that.
Ciampa
Oh, nobody.
evades the stomp. Reversal by Ciampa. A punch. And a reversal by Aries.
Get out of that.
Reversal by Ciampa. Reversal by Aries.
And once again, we see a
Elbow straight to the back and a drop kick.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, if it keeps working.
Now Aries fires up the NXT universe. And Aries thinking last chancery, but
All here tonight, not just to entertain the fans, but to
tried to use it too early before Ciampa was on his feet.
Austin Aries.
Now he'll try it again. Locks in the last chancery for a second time, this time center ring.
Be it. He's in perfect position. Complete control.
It's locked in well, but again, Ciampa breaks the hold.
He's endured heavy blows here. I don't know how much longer he can go. The referee may have to call this match, King.
Oh, my God.
Elbow strike, punch, massive clothesline.
For the next 15 minutes, everybody
Stomp to the back.
win.
Drags Aries closer center ring.
Well, I've never
Kick
seen
to the
him do that
back.
before.
And there's some more emotion on display.
And fires up the NXT universe right in front of Andrew.
Oh, my. Look at this.
Now what does he have in mind?
No, I think he's
Big knee to the face of Aries, busting him open. Goes for a cover.
two.
And Austin Aries.
and Austin Aries has been eliminated once again by Tommaso Ciampa. Andrew stands alone, and Ciampa's already looking for a finisher, but
I still don't see him.
suddenly elects not to. Now again looking for it. Will this be another victory for DIY with another 2 eliminations by Tommaso Ciampa? That powerbomb into the backstabber. Goes for a cover. Do we have another DIY victory? No, Andrew powers out 2.5 to keep the Hardcore Cruisers alive.
He needs to dig way down deep if he wants to keep.
In comes Johnny Gargano. Last week it was Tommaso Ciampa eliminating both members of the WA Hardcore Cruisers single-handedly. Will Andrew be able to replicate that feat for the Hardcore Cruisers this week? He's looking for that devastating flatline.
Oh, trying to put him away.
And it connects. Goes for cover.
Is it enough? This may be it.
But Gargano powers out at 2.
He saw that one coming.
Reversal by Gargano.
A textbook reversal. Can he
Clothesline by Andrew with a reversal. Andrew to the apron.
Look at this. He's just barely moving.
Springboard frog splash connects. Now Andrew comes off the ropes. Leg drop connects.
Hey, to win this match.
Punch by Andrew. Arship into the corner. Forces Gargano to the top rope.
No, cut off in the last second. Slam down.
And connects with the top rope DDT. Goes for cover.
Here he goes for the win. Let's do this. And this match is...
And eliminates Johnny Gargano. We have essentially a singles match in our hands. Andrew stands alone for the WA Hardcore Cruisers. Tommaso Ciampa represents hashtag DIY.
WWE action is helping you get through those midweek blues.
Will Ciampa once again eliminate both WA Hardcore Cruisers himself? Or will Andrew be able to eliminate both members of DIY on his own? Ciampa goes for cover. And it's nearly, for a second straight week, a DIY victory, but Andrew powers out at 2.5. Drop kick to the back.
He's sending a message to the entire WWE locker room.
Reversal by Andrew.
So damaging.
Kick to the stomach. Reversal by Andrew.
Somehow, great
I
count.
think Andrew may have been thinking flatline. Ciampa was able to reverse it. Andrew evades the massive clothesline. Punch to the back.
This is it.
And rolling knee bar locked in for the 3rd time to Ciampa. But again, Ciampa is able to break the hold. Elbow strike by Andrew.
He gets out of trouble there.
Punch to the back by Ciampa. Arship into the corner.
Boy, he was able to reverse it and get out of that.
Reversal by Ciampa. Has Andrew in that fireman's carry back break or torch rack position. Needs the head of Andrew. Goes for cover.
Yeah, maybe.
And Andrew powers out at 2.
Great reversal.
Andrew evades the drop kick. Stump puller connects.
No, the dreaded breaker.
Reversal by Ciampa. Stomp to the arm.
What a hellaciously physical.
Again, stomp to the arm. Forces Andrew to his feet.
The intensity of this.
Andrew evades the massive clothesline. Two-handed bulldog. Reopens those stitches that Ciampa had put in after last week's match. And a big knockout blow to that bloody head of Ciampa.
And there's the reversal.
Reversal by Ciampa.
I don't know if we've seen that from him before. I mean, it's definitely.
And a punch. Now Ciampa looking to take flight.
He's too busy bragging and boasting than back.
Ciampa wants Andrew on his feet.
Get him some air here.
I need some
But
sit next to you.
will not Won't be able to launch himself far enough to make that missile dropkick connect. Ciampa getting to his feet. Andrew still groggy.
We've seen some great tag team action over the years here.
Irish whip into the corner.
I can attest that this is no different.
Elbow strike by Andrew. Reversal by Ciampa.
Smart move.
That'll put you on dreams.
Brainbuster connects. Forces Andrew to his feet. And that massive clothesline connects. Drags Andrew center ring. Goes for cover.
Watch it.
His shoulders are down.
And Andrew powers out at 2.5. Andrew evades the drop kick.
He anticipated that move perfectly.
And shoved aside by Ciampa. But Andrew's thinking flatline. And it connects.
Here we go for the win. Think they got him.
And very nearly a double hardcore Cruisers victory. But Ciampa, right at the last moment, is able to power out. Very difficult to power out of one flatline, let alone two. But Ciampa has done it for the 4th time. The rolling knee bar is locked in. Ciampa breaks that as well. How about a 3rd flatline?
Oh, trying to put him away.
And that connects. Andrew goes for cover.
It could be over here.
Yeah, maybe.
And still Ciampa powers out. Tommaso Ciampa has powered out of 3 flatlines. Very difficult to power out of 1. Extremely near difficult, near impossible to power out of 2.
Just got laid out.
Powering out of 3 is just unheard of, but he has done it. Tommaso Ciampa has powered out of 3
With that move.
flatlines, wow. Flatlines, and continues to represent DIY in this elimination match. Andrew fires up the NXT universe. Has to be asking himself, what do I have to do to put Tommaso Ciampa away and avenge last week's loss?
If an opponent exhibits a weakness for a specific
Kick to the back.
return to utilizing that move as long as
Stomp to the back.
Why not? If it's working, don't change it.
Drags Andrew closer to center ring. Elbow drop.
No kidding. This is tough.
Stomp to the knee. Goes for cover.
Will this be it? It may be.
And Andrew powers out at 2. Andrew avoids the drop kick.
Oh, out of nowhere.
But Ciampa right back on the attack. Stomp to the arm.
this takes the adage of practice.
Stomp to the arm again.
Takes it in a completely new direction.
No kidding.
Reversal by Andrew.
The same new
Goes for cover.
B.
And finally, he will keep Ciampa down. And Andrew gets a little payback for last week. This time it's Andrew single-handedly eliminating both members of DIY to lead to a double hardcore Cruisers victory. Alright, so Andrew avenging the loss from last week, replicating what Tommaso Ciampa did last week, eliminating both members of DIY on his own, down 2-1. Now we advance to our next event, which is Raw's portion of the main event. Will we see Gerald in his first match as part of the Raw roster on that main event? And also, Tommaso Ciampa has suffered an injury after 2 brutal matches that resulted in his head bleeding. Tommaso Ciampa has suffered an injury at the hands of the AA Hardcore Cruisers. Let's take a look at that. It is a minor head injury lasting for 2 weeks. So, the major damage that has been inflicted by the AA Hardcore Cruisers adds up, and Tommaso Ciampa has himself an injury. Will we see Gerald make his debut on this Raw's portion main event? We will not, and so we will sim it. Alright, Liv Morgan defeats Emma. Bobby Roode defeats Titus O'Neil. And The Miz defeats Rusev. Now we advance to SmackDown's portion of the main event, where we already know we're not going to have a WITM match. So we will sim that as well. Aaliyah defeats Mandy Rose. The Ascension defeats the Usos. And Billie Kay defeats Mickie James. Now we advance to 205 Live. Andrew wrestling on NXT and tag team action as usual. Will we see Andrew in singles action on 205 Live? And yes, we will. There we see him pictured. Andrew, the Cruiserweight champion. Who will be his opponent this week? It will be Grand Metalik in a Falls Count Anywhere hardcore match. Alright, so that is going to do it for episode 156 of WITM. And episode 157, Andrew in some singles action in the main event of 205 Live hardcore wrestling. Until then, this is Corey signing off.